This conference will now be recorded.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू रब तू रहमान तू रब तू रहमान तू अव्वल तू आखिर तू ज़ाहिर तू बातीन तू, रब तू रहमान तू, रब तू रहमान तू, अव्वल तू आखिर तू, जाहिर तू बातीन तू, रब तू रहमान तू, रब तू रहमान तू, अव्वल तू आखिर तू, जाहिर तू बातीन तू, रब तू रहमान तू, रब तू रहमान तू। अल्लाहुम्मा लक सुजूदी व ताअती, शुक्रन लिल्लाहि वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, शुक्रन लिल्लाहि वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। या अली मदद अजीज सर।
या अली मदद, बहुत खूब, सुभान अल्लाह। बहुत नवाजिश तमाम साथियों को, या अली मदद। इंशाल्लाह आज हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे एक और बैतुल ख्याल के फरमान से, और इंशाल्लाह कुछ सीखने और समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। बहुत नवाजिश। Thank you for joining us again. Let's start with the blessed name of Nur Maulana Shah Karim Hussaini Hazir Imam. Ya Maulay Mehrban, Madad Farma. 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 Ya Maula Tawfiq, Taid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Tawfiq, Taid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. या मौला हम गरीबों की मदद फरमा मौला। या मौला अपने नूर से हमारी दौड़वानी फरमा मौला। या मौला हमारे करीब आकर खड़ा हो जा मौला, ताकि तेरे नूर की रोशनी में हम कुछ इल्मी काम कर सके मौला। या मौला मेहरबान मदद फरमा। Today we will read the Farman from India, October 1962, and we will come back to this 1961 Farman from Mombasa, which is connected or has the same line of thought in this Farman. Remember, this is just the extract, not the complete Farman of the Baitul Khayal Farman. In the early time, when Mola Bapa took over the Imamat in 1957. Please recite the Holy Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You must remember that I have great love for my spiritual children. Therefore, I will not give them that thing, meaning Isme Azam, which is difficult or impossible. As you are all young, I do not expect you to sit down to pray for long hours, nor do I expect you to concentrate equally every morning. One morning, it may be very good, sometime it would be less, and you will have different thoughts always. Again, we are not machines, so you should not be worried. The same line of Farman Mullah gave to Mombasa, Kenya, about a year or so before this Farman in May 1961. I give my best loving blessing to all new members of Lashkar. You are all young spiritual children, and in due course you should be taught that everything you see, touch, and hear, all all these are limited in time and they will disappear. Only your soul will live eternally and would not disappear. Same line of Farman. Here I would like to point out a couple of things and then we will go into the second and third paragraph where Mullah talks about the Baitul Khayal and the practice of Ibadat. The number one, how and why Imam gives Isme Azam to his spiritual children and spiritual children only, and amongst them to those who come forward voluntarily and say that I would like to practice ibadat and I would like to elevate my soul, and then Imam with his love and mercy give the Isme Azam. When Imams see the spiritual children in front of them who are committed, who are willing, who are ready happily, who are worried about their soul, who are thinking about their soul and the spiritual life hereafter, that makes our Imam happy. And when Imam gets happy, the love of the Imam, the blessing of the Imam is upon the spiritual children. If we take the example of a family, a father and few of his children, what makes parents happy? Those children who do the service to the parents, khidmat for the parents, voluntarily, willingly and happily. Not those who are serving or doing a khidmat to the parents, but with a great burden. And they make sure that their parents know how burdensome that khidmat is. And that does not make the parents happy. Just like that, when the spiritual children, when the murid, when the jamaat comes to Imam, and when Imam asks, are you here with your own free will? And Jamaat says, Amin ya Mullah, we are. That makes Imam happy to see so many spiritual children are thinking of their life hereafter. And you can see from this tough Farman from Mombasa where Mola Baba is saying, everything that you see and touch and hear in your physical life, with your physical senses, they will disappear. Those are temporary. In other words, we are running after something which is for sure guaranteed to disappear and guaranteed to not come with you. Only thing that will remain with you, the most important thing which will stay with you, and that is your soul. And if you have not fed your soul with ibadat, and if you have not fed soul of your soul with ilm, then you have something which has no value, no value, because you never fed your soul with ibadat, you never fed soul of your soul with ilm, and you have no saving of good deeds, because those are the things that will remain and will come with you. Those are the things with which you will be given the ranks, elevation, closeness, blessings. It would not matter if you were poor or a millionaire. It would not matter if you drove a Toyota or Mercedes. It would not matter if you lived in a 1-bedroom apartment or a 20-bedroom mansion. It would not matter. Everything around you, that including all of the play and the friends and everything that you normally would waste a lot of your time with. In other words, Mola Baba saying, I'm happy to see my spiritual children who are willing to give their 1 hour, 2 hour for the things which matters, which matter, and that is your soul. So I wanted to point that out from this first paragraph. And look at how generous Mola Baba is. And remember, at this time, Mola Baba was a young Imam at the age of about 23 or 25. And he felt for us young murid, we were just starting our life, and Imam was there as a young man, and he's saying, I understand, I see you. What did Mola Baba say? I see you. That we are young and we may not be able to concentrate equally every morning, all the time. You know, that amazes me that Imam who has the Nur-e-Ilahi in him, he does not rule over us as a king. He becomes our loving mother and father. He becomes our dear friend. He becomes our coach, guide. He becomes our teacher. How amazing is that? What is the difference between a worldly king and the king of the king, the Imam of the time? Worldly kings, they rule over you and they take whatever you have and they may show you politically mercy, but otherwise, that's it. But in the other place, Imam, he becomes your teacher, your guide, your mom, your dad, your friend, your coach. Look at how much love this king of the king is giving to his spiritual children, to the Jamaat. भले कितने भी हम नालायक होते हैं, फिर भी मौला हमसे प्यार करता है. Regardless of how bad we get, Imam continue to love us. That is amazes me, at least whenever I think of Imam and his love. All the things that we do, even our own parents would not like us. But look at the Imam and his love for us. Inshallah, inshallah. Mullah is great and most merciful. Let's read forward. अच्छा, ऊपर से कोई बात रह गई हो जो उर्दू के अंदर एक्सप्लेन करने की जरूरत हो तो प्लीज आप पूछ लेना. मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि कुछ उर्दू और कुछ इंग्लिश के अंदर उसको बयान करूं. हमने सिर्फ ऊपर इमाम के जो बच्चों के लिए और हमारे यंगस्टर के लिए जो मोहब्बत थी, यंगस्टर मीनिंग those who are just starting their family but coming forward for this Ism. Ji. You have just to be regular every morning for your prayers. You should see that at least for some time. You should concentrate perfectly. What then you will achieve is not something that is owed to you, but it is a blessing that you may be given through prayers. Here prayers, the morning prayers is not dua but ibadat, as this is a Baitul Khayal Farman. मौला फरमाते हैं जब मैं आपको इसमें आज़म दूं आप रेगुलरली इबादत में आना और आप इबादत पर कुछ वक्त तक तवज्जो देना. उसके अंदर क्या मिलने वाला है नहीं मिलने वाला है उसकी आप फिक्र मत करें, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने ये किया तो उसके बदले में ये मिलेगा. ऐसा नहीं है. जब आपको मिलेगा, जब आपके ऊपर रहमत होगी तब वो रहमत होगी, लेकिन इसकी जो ब्लेसिंग है वो आपको मिलती रहेंगी, क्योंकि sitting in ibadat itself is a blessing. Not that if you sit in ibadat because you did this you must receive this. It's not like that. You come regularly, you try and concentrate in the ibadat, you just do your best, and that's all Mullah asks. Don't worry about it, what you have or have not received. But one thing for sure, and that is the blessing will be yours throughout that ibadat and throughout your life, because you have tried and you have sat in ibadat. And that will be yours and will remain with you. Not in this lifetime, it will remain with you. ना सिर्फ इस जिंदगी में ये दुआएं, ये ब्लेसिंग, ये मर्सी, ये रहमत आपके साथ रहेंगी, बल्कि वो आपके साथ रहेंगी यहाँ भी और वहां भी। ये आपका वो साया होगा जो आपकी रूह को ठंडक में रखेगा, जो आपकी रूह को पीस के अंदर रखेगा। This will shorten your journey. It will shorten the journey of your soul towards the Imam. This blessing will help you here and there. You may have had own worldly happiness, happiness by having children, success in your business, or you may have seen good days in your life. But remember that nothing can be compared with the true happiness that you will achieve in prayers. You should aim at this. Let me explain this half part of this paragraph. First, initially, we have no concept, no idea of what this happiness is until we receive this happiness. And when you receive this happiness, and those of you, the great muris on this line, the one who have received and this happiness have touched their heart, can tell you this happiness is nothing, there is no comparison to the worldly happiness. ये खुशी परमानेंट है. Worldly happiness is temporary. Worldly happiness is temporary. We may have good days, we may have some temporary happiness in our worldly life, but then they all are temporary. It does not last too long. Contrary to that, the happiness in the ibadat through Isme Azam, once you have it, you have it. It's permanent. दुनिया की खुशी जो है वो आज है कल नहीं है, वो आती जाती है. उसके बरअक्स जब आपको इबादत के अंदर एक खुशी इनायत होती है, वो परमानेंट होती है, वो हमेशा के लिए होती है, और उसको हम किसी तरह से भी दुनिया की खुशी से कंपेयर नहीं कर सकेंगे, क्योंकि वो खुशी ऐसी खुशी है कि वो हमेशा आपके साथ रहती है और वो हमेशा इस दुनिया में भी और उस दुनिया में भी आपके साथ रहेंगी. ये एक ऐसी ब्लेसिंग है जो दिन रात आपको खुशी देती रहती है. And Mullah says, you should aim at this. अब उस खुशी की तलाश में रहें, आप इबादत करते रहें जब तक कि आपको ये खुशी इनायत नहीं होती है. एक मर्तबा आपको ये खुशी आपके सीने के अंदर आ गई, once you feel this happiness, it will be with you for rest of your life. So aim toward that. Mullah says further, I have seen in Jamaats that there are those who are hypnotized by worldly gains. And now the rest of this Farman is a little bit hard Farman. So get ready for that. अब जो मौला फरमान फरमा रहे हैं वो हो सकता है कि आपको लगे दिल में, आप तैयार हो जाएं इसके लिए. मौला says, I have seen in Jamaat that there are those who are hypnotized by worldly gains. They are fools. मैं आपको देख रहा हूं कि आप दुनिया के पीछे पागल होते जा रहे हो. मौला फरमाते हैं ये आपकी बेवकूफी है. And Mola explains further. They want other titles, appointments in council, and so on. They have not understood the true path. इनको टाइटल चाहिए. मौला फरमाते कि आप लोग पागल हो गए हो, आप लोगों को समझ नहीं है, ये आपकी बेवकूफी है. आप लोगों को दूसरे टाइटल चाहिए, आप लोगों को काउंसिल के अंदर अपॉइंटमेंट्स चाहिए. क्यों? कि आपने अपने सच्चे मजहब को, दीन हक को नहीं समझा है. You have not understood your true path. You have not understood the tariqah, the blessing that Imam has given to you. So you're acting like a fool, running behind the titles and name and the seat. Now Mullah explains, what is important in your lifetime is to perform bandagi. जो सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी चीज थी वो टाइटल्स नहीं थे, वो अपॉइंटमेंट्स नहीं थे, वो सीट नहीं थी. क्या सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट था? बंदगी. You know, that reminds me of one of the event, I believe it was during Silver Jubilee or one of the other events, where Mullah had all of the LIF and few other leaders in his huzur in Eglomont, and the meeting lasted until 3 o'clock in the morning. मेरे को याद आता है कि एक मर्तबा शायद ये सिल्वर जुबली का वक्त था या कोई बहुत बड़ा ओकेजन था जब मौला ने दुनिया भर के लीडर्स को अपने हुजूर में बुलाया था. मीटिंग जो थी वो रात को देरी तक चलती रही और सुबह को 3 बज गए. All of the sudden, Mullah stopped, looked at his watch, and said, I'm sure all of you want to go to the Jamaat Khana for Bandagi. Even though this meeting is very important and we are talking about a great deals, we are making great progress in our talk. But we will continue after the breakfast. मुझे पता है कि इस मीटिंग के अंदर हमने बहुत ही वर्क किया है और अब हम तकरीबन फैसले पर आ चुके हैं, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि तुम्हें जमात खाने जाकर इबादत करनी चाहिए. हालांकि बहुत ही अहम बातें हो रही है, लेकिन आप लोग जाएं, इबादत करें और सुबह को हम नाश्ते के बाद मिलेंगे, कंटिन्यू करेंगे. मौला नहीं फरमाते हैं कि आप थक गए हैं जाके सो जाएं. Mullah did not say you must be tired, sitting here for 6, 7, 8, 9 hour meeting. Mullah says, did not say you must be tired, go sleep. He said, no, go to Jamaat Khana and perform your bandagi. That shows the importance of bandagi. इससे हमें पता चलता है कि मौला इबादत पर कितना जोर देते हैं. इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग को कैंसिल करके रोक कर फरमाया, ऐसा नहीं कहा कि आप थक गए हैं जाएं जाके सो जाएं. फरमाया जाएं जमात खाने इबादत करें, दुआ पढ़ें, सुबह को नाश्ते के बाद हम मिलेंगे. That shows how important the bandagi is in one's lifetime. Mullah says, what is important in your lifetime is to perform bandagi and achieve the light in your heart and soul. देखा आपने? The emphasis is on the bandagi. The goal is to achieve Noor. That is the goal. This is much greater than the title. This is much greater than the title. However, you may be doing for worldly progress, the most important is the true path. Now, let me come back to that event again. Remember, there were all leaders sitting there. Imam, in his wisdomful way, draw their attention toward the bandagi. के titles important नहीं है. आप जिस तरह भी दुनिया में करते हो वो आपकी मर्जी है. दुनिया के अंदर बड़ी बड़ी सीटें, बड़े बड़े घर, बड़े बड़े टाइटल शायद मैटर करते होंगे. In your worldly matter, it may matter. It may be the most important thing in your life to have a big home and big seat and big title. But it does not matter. What matters in our eternal life for our soul is bandagi. Our sole purpose of coming to this existence, taking this journey, taking this life, taking on this burden of dunya. I don't know how many people would say, if they were asked, what is the one single purpose of your life? And they would say, I just wanted to become rich. Well, I'll take it back. In these days and time, I'm sure there would be a lot of people that would say that my single purpose in life is to make money, or have a seat, or have a big name, or have some title. But a wise man will think twice before answering that question, because the single purpose of being born was to perform bandagi and elevate our soul, to find the hidden treasure, the Noor-e-Imam. Our life journey was not for the purpose of just becoming rich and having name and the seat and the title. शायद मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि कोई भी ऐसा नहीं होगा जो ये जवाब देगा कि मेरे जिंदगी का एक ही मकसद है कि मैं पैसे वाला बन जाऊं। लेकिन फिर मेरे जहन में ख्याल आया कि इस जमाने में तो शायद बहुत सारे मिल जाएंगे जिसको अगर हम पूछेंगे कि तुम्हारी जिंदगी का क्या मकसद है, तो वो कहेंगे पैसे बनाना, फला सीट को हासिल कर लेना, फला टाइटल को हासिल कर लेना, बड़ा घर ले लेना, मर्सिडीज ले लेना। आज शायद हमको बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन अगर कोई अक्लमंद होगा तो वो कहेगा कि मेरे जिंदगी का पर्पस अपनी रूह को निजात दिलाना है। मेरे जिंदगी का पर्पस एक ही मकसद था इस दुनिया में आने का, वो इबादत करके इमाम में फना हो जाना था, अपने असल में मिल जाना था। लेकिन ये तो अक्लमंदों की बातें हैं, और आज के जमाने में we will find many fools who run after money, seat, title, everything other than the lasting happiness. They run after everything, and we don't need to point our finger to the others. Let's check ourselves. अब अपने आप पर रिफ्लेक्ट करें कि दिन में हम कितना वक्त दुनिया को देते हैं, रात में कितना वक्त अपने जिस्म के आराम को देते हैं, और 24 घंटे में कितना वक्त हम अपनी रूह को देते हैं। We don't have to look at too far. We don't have to point any finger at anyone. That is not the purpose. Purpose is for self-reflection. How much time do we give in daytime in the remembrance of Imam? How much time do we give at night time in the remembrance of Imam? What is the total number of hours we give to our soul compared to world, physical things? That tells us we may not be running after the title and seat, but we are no better than others because we don't pay too much attention to our soul either. Self-reflection is not about them. It's not about them. You know, yesterday I was talking to somebody and she said it beautifully. You know how people say, they said this, they said that, they said that. वो कहते हैं, वो कहते हैं, वो कहते हैं. The question should be, what do you say? What do you think? Do you agree with them? When you say, फला फला ये कहता है, फला फला ने मुझे ये कहा, फला फला ऐसा क्यों बोलता है? When we start our question like this, they said this or they're saying this, they're thinking this, it's not about them. What do you think? What are you saying? Do you agree with them? Why are we talking about them? Let's talk about us. It really doesn't matter what they say. If they say good, it's not going to make you good. If they say bad, it's not going to make you bad. वो अगर आपको बुरा बोलते हैं तो भी आप बुरे नहीं हो जाते हैं, वो आपको अच्छा बोलने से भी आप अच्छे नहीं हो जाएंगे। आप क्या देखते हैं अपने आप को? आप अपने गिरेबान में झांक कर देखें कि आपका क्या ख्याल है इस बारे में। So, you know how we start our question with this and this and that? Let's change that. What do you think? So let me stop here. Such a short but right to the point Farman. And this Farman in simple word is telling us what is important and what matters. So I would like to stop here, and now we can open the floor for questioning. If you have any comments, any question, please do ask.
Subhanallah, sir. So, sir, we have one question in the chat. Friends asking if you could explain more in detail about the true path.
So most important thing is true path. Let me try it in English and then we will come into Urdu. True path हमारी सादा जबान में सिरातुल मुस्तकीम. True path is the path of the soul and intellect. True path is the path on which Imam is guiding us, and true path is the path which our peers and Dai have walked on. In our dua we say, Ya Mullah, guide us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim on which there is been rewarded, behind those who have been rewarded. That is the true path. सच्चा रास्ता वो है जिस पर इमाम हमको दौड़ानी देते हैं और जिस पर हमारे पीर और हमारे दाई चले हैं. हम दुआ में पढ़ते हैं हिदीना सिरातल मुस्तकीम, हमें सच्चे रास्ते पर दौड़ानी दे. कौन से रास्ते पर? जिस पर तेरा इनाम हुआ, यानी कि पीरों और दाइयों के रास्ते पर, उस पर हमको चला. सच्चा रास्ता, सच्चा रास्ता वो है जो आपकी रूह को आगे बढ़ाए. The true path is the one that takes your soul further and elevates. Let's compare. Let's compare. You are a good person. You are a simple person. And you live your life very simple and righteous. Now, in someone's eyes, that is the true path. But what we are missing is ibadat and elevation of the soul. In other words, you are sitting on right path, the true path, because you are righteous, you are a good person, you are a simple person. But you are not walking on the path. Even though you are on the right path, but path literally means to walk. रास्ते पर चलना होता है, रास्ते पर बैठना नहीं होता है. आप समझ गए कि आप अच्छे आदमी हैं, आप सादा आदमी हैं, आप मोमिन शख्स हैं, लेकिन उसके साथ आपको ना तो कोई इबादत करते हैं, ना तो आप उस रास्ते पे आगे बढ़ते हैं. आप सच्चे रास्ते पर तो हैं, लेकिन सच्चे रास्ते पर बैठे हुए हैं. रास्ते का मतलब ही यही होता है कि उस पर चलो. हिदीना सिरातल मुस्तकीम, हमें सच्चे रास्ते पर हिदायत कर, हमें उस रास्ते पर चला. See the word चला. Guide us on the true path and let us walk on the true path which you have chosen. Walk is a key word in the path. The true path is the path of the Imam. The true path is the path on which a Mu'min moves forward. Even though you are righteous and simple, but if you are not walking on true path, you may have found this path, you are sitting on the path, but that is not the true path for you because you are not walking on the path. So let's take a world example, and मेरा ख्याल में ये काफी है, that you find a highway, but you never get on the highway and never go to your destination. In your mind, you can say, oh, I found the true path. I found the highway. But then you sit on the highway. You never find the destination. You never try to walk and drive toward your destination. आखिरी एग्जांपल के साथ कि आपको हाईवे मिल जाता है, लेकिन फिर आप हाईवे पर चढ़ता ही नहीं है, और हाईवे पर चढ़ते हैं तो हाईवे पर चढ़ के बैठ जाते हैं, कभी भी अपने घर पहुंचने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं। तो क्या आप कहेंगे कि मैं सच्चे रास्ते पर हूं? हाँ, आप कह सकते हैं, लेकिन उसका अंजाम ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि आप घर तो कभी पहुंचे ही नहीं, आपके असल में तो आप कभी हासिल हो ही नहीं, आपने कभी आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश ही नहीं की, तो वो रास्ता क्या और उसका ढूंढना क्या? जी।
Sir, another question. How do you explain your grown-up kids when they have doubts about our religion?
Well, you have to listen to their question first. What are their question and what are their doubts? Because this is not a generic question, right? Because my doubt can be different than your doubts. My demons can be different than your demons. My question can be different than your question. You have to see first 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice, answer once. What is their question? What is their doubt? That's how you handle it. And handle it nicely, not forcefully. Are they asking you a question? If they're not even asking you a question, how will you answer them? What is their doubt? That's what you need to find out. But they must have to ask you. If they don't want to ask you, they don't want to tell you, then this question is mute. G is an individual thing, in other word. आप समझ गए ना कि ये तो जाती इंडिविजुअल थिंग है। पहले तो आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि उनको क्या सवाल आते हैं, उनके क्या डाउट्स हैं, फिर जाकर आप ये सवाल पूछ सकेंगे और कर सकेंगे। मेरा मशवरा ये होगा कि शांति से 2 मर्तबा सुने और 1 मर्तबा आंसर करें, ताकि आपको पता चले कि उनका मसला क्या है। जी।
So there are no questions in the chat. Friends, please unmute your device if you have any question.
To the previous question, I would say that the more you learn about your tariqah, the better equipped you will be to answer your children. जितना ज्यादा आप खुद अपने तरीके को सीखेंगे, समझेंगे, इतना ज्यादा आपको आसानी होगी अपने बच्चों को समझाने और सिखाने में। जी, does anyone have any other comments or question?
Can we, I have a question. Can we recite a bowl during the day?
मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्वेश्चन। कपड़े साहब क्या सवाल है?
दिन के टाइम पे बोल सकते हैं?
जी, आप शायद नए आए हैं इस लाइन पर। We have talked about this just about every single week. Yes, not only you can,
I'm sorry.
but you should. Not only you can, but you should. My sister, your practice is done in the daytime. Your ibadat is done in nighttime. If you do not practice in the daytime, how will you perform your ibadat in nighttime? देखिए, हमारा मजहब जो है ना, वो लॉजिकल और इंटेलेक्ट पे बैठा हुआ है। आप इम्तिहान की तैयारी कब करते हैं? जब इम्तिहान हॉल में जाते हैं या घर पे बैठ के पहले तैयारी करते हैं और फिर इम्तिहान के लिए जाते हैं? आपका जवाब क्या होगा? मैं तो एक हफ्ता पहले तैयारी करती हूँ और फिर जाती हूँ इम्तिहान देने। ये आप फरमाएंगे ना? तो देखिए लॉजिक क्या बोलती है हमको, प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस, और इसके बाद जाकर आप इबादत में बैठेंगे तो आपका इसमें आजम खुद ब खुद चलेगा, क्यों? आपने प्रैक्टिस की है ना। आई एम लविंग योर क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली, because if there is any comments or question like that, if there is any doubt when to practice your Isme Azam, once again, practice is done in your private time during the daytime. More you practice, the more you will be successful in your ibadat at night time. The more you practice, easier it would become at night time, because daytime is a time for the practice and the night time is a time for performing, concentrating in ibadat. वो टाइम प्रैक्टिस का नहीं है, वो टाइम इबादत का है। आप समझ गए? Thank you. That was, I don't mind, I can answer this every single week. I don't mind that, because that tells us and reminds us again and again when to practice. Ji. Thank you for asking.
Aziz Ba, can I ask a question?
Ji.
Mola Bapa કહે છે કે perform બંદગી and achieve the light in your heart and soul. ઈ જરાક વધારે સમજાવી શકો કે કેવી રીતે મોલા ટ્રાય કરે છે કે achieve this light in your heart and in your soul. કેમ ઈ ખબર પડે?
Okay. So let me point to this one so everybody knows your question is coming from here. Okay, from this line. આપણા દિલ અને આપણી રૂહ, પહેલે એનો બે વિચાર કરો, ઠીક છે? And I will explain this in Urdu and English too. પહેલે આપણે વિચાર કરીએ, આપણું એક દિલ છે, ઈ દિલ નહીં જે આપણું બ્લડ ને સર્ક્યુલેટ કરે છે, ઈ દિલ નહીં. આપણે જે બ્લડ ને સર્ક્યુલેટ કરે છે ને, ઈ તો આપણે પાર્ટ ઓફ અવર ઓર્ગન છે ખાલી. અહીંયા જે હાર્ટ નો વર્ડ છે ને, દિલ નો વર્ડ છે ને જી, એ આપણા કલ્બ માટે છે, કલ્બ, દિમાગ ને કહે છે. ઇમામના વર્ડ છે ને, એને સમજવું બહુ જ મુશ્કેલ છે ઘણી દફા. અહીંયા દિલ નથી જે part of our organs છે આપણા જિસ્મના અંદર જે blood ને circulate કરે છે એ દિલ નહીં કલ્બની વાત થઈ છે વિચારની વાત થઈ છે દિમાગની વાત થઈ છે તો પેલી જે રોશની છે ને એ અહીંયા આવે છે હેપીનેસની સુરતના અંદર હેપીનેસની શકલના અંદર પછી આસ્તે આસ્તે એ આપણા રૂહના માથે બેસી જાય છે ને હવે આપણી રૂહ ખુશ થઈ જાય છે હું તમને એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપી દઉં કે આપણે બેતુલ ખ્યાલ કરીએ છીએ ખ્યાલ ક્યાં હોય છે કલ્બના અંદર હાર્ટના અંદર દિમાગના અંદર આવારો નહીં ઠીક છે અહીંયા આવે છે આપણો ખ્યાલ બેતુલ ખ્યાલ ને પેલી ખુશી અને પેલી રોશની જે સમજમાં આવે છે એ આપણા દિલમાં આવે છે પછી આસ્તે આસ્તે આપણા રૂહના માથે બેસી જાય છે આ બહુ જ મુશ્કેલ વાત છે જે અક્સર એને સમજાવી નથી શકતા માણસો શું કામે કે કેમ સમજાવે જ્યાં તક પોતે આ એક્સપિરિયન્સ ના કરે તો તમે વિચારો આપણે જે સારું કામ કરીએ છીએ તો પહેલા આપણે દિમાગમાં ખુશી આવે છે પછી આપણી રૂહના માથે ખુશી બેસી જાય છે પછી આપણી રૂહ ખુશ હોય છે બસ So let me explain this in English to my other friends. She had asked a beautiful question. How do we understand, achieve the light in your heart and in your soul? First of all, this is not an easy question to explain, but inshallah, we can try and we can learn and understand together. The heart in your body on your left side here is just an organ that helps you flow the blood in your body, takes the bad blood and gives the good blood, clean blood to circulate in your body. This heart is not that heart Imam is talking about. In the Quran, you will find the word qalb. Qalb, English translation is heart. But the qalb is used for the intellect. The word betul khayal, the thoughts. આપણે કહીએ છીએ દિલમાં વિચાર આવે છે actually વિચાર આપણા ખ્યાલમાં આવે છે. Can you unmute Shalina, please? Somehow she got unmuted. Shalina, can you mute your phone, please? Thank you. Okay. So, Imam says that try to achieve the light, the happiness, the nur in your heart, meaning the initial happiness will come into your mind, into your thoughts, and then it will sit on your soul. What I'm trying to say, it is hard to understand until it happens to you. Initially, you will have that thought, that feeling of happiness in your ibadat, and it will come from your qalb, your thoughts, your mind, and then it will sit on your soul. So two levels of happiness, happiness of your heart and happiness of your soul. A light for your thoughts and a light for your heart. Does this helps you understand in more detail? And I admit you must experience this to understand this. Otherwise, it's not easy to understand. G. Thank you for asking good question.
So we don't have a question in the chat yet. Friends, please unmute your device if you have any question. Sir, I think someone asked a question in the chat. I think they wrote in Urdu, तो फिर हमारी soul कहाँ रहती है?
So आपको क्या लगता है? Let me start with the question. आपको क्या लगता है आपकी सोल कहाँ रहती है? आपके दिल में रहती है, आपके दिमाग में रहती है, आपके जिस्म में रहती है, या आपके पूरे जिस्म में रहती है? Let me give a quotation from the one of the Imam. I believe it was Imam Muslim Sibla or Imam Jafar Sadiq, and he was quoting Huzur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in this prayer. In this prayer, Imam says that in the morning after the namaz, as per tradition of Prophet Muhammad, we must pray, Ya Allah, give us the nur for my heart, for my ears, for my eyes, for my tongue, for my hair, for my skin, for my bone, for my veins, for my blood, for my flesh. Ya Allah, appoint a nur in front of me, in the back of me, on the right of me, on the left of me, above me and under me. That is 16 kind of nur, the prayer of the nur. क्या फरमाया? फरमाया कि हमको दुआ करनी चाहिए कि या खुदावंद ताला हमको नूर इनायत कर, हमारे दिल में, हमारी आंख में, हमारे कान में, हमारे आंखों में, हमारी जबान में, हमारे बालों में, हमारे खालों में, हमारी हड्डियों में, हमारे रगों में, हमारे गोश्त में। और फिर फरमाया, या अल्लाह, हमारे आगे, हमारे पीछे, हमारे दाएं, हमारे बाएं, हमारे ऊपर और हमारे नीचे एक नूर मुकर्रर फरमा। 16 अतराफ की दुआ है। अब आप में जो बताएं आपकी सोल कहाँ रहती है? आप समझिए, राइट? क्योंकि अगर हमारी सोल हमारी उंगली में ना हो तो हमारी उंगली चलेंगी नहीं। हमारी सोल अगर हमारी जबान में ना हो, हमारी जबान नहीं चलेंगी। हमारी सोल अगर हमारी आंखों में ना हो, हमारे कानों में ना हो, हमारे बालों में ना हो, तो हमारा जिस्म काम नहीं करेगा। आई नो ये बहुत मुश्किल कॉन्सेप्ट है। हमको लगता है कि हमारी एक सोल है। एक्चुअली हमारी सोल के बहुत सारे फंक्शन हैं। 16 फंक्शन हो सकते हैं। इंशाल्लाह ये बहुत आगे की बातें हैं। कहीं जाकर अगर आप इल्म में तरक्की करते हैं, अगर आप ऊपर की किसी क्लासेस के अंदर जाते हैं, तो ये बातें आपके लिए आसान होती चली जाएंगी। क्योंकि रूह की समझ इतनी आसान नहीं हो सकती है। अगर आपको बहुत मजा आया खाली ये सुनकर, ये दुआ सुनकर इतना मजा आया, तो आप सोचें کہ جب آپ اپنی روح کو سمجھنے لگیں گے. مولا علی فرماتے ہیں کہ جس نے اپنی روح کو دیکھا اس نے خدا کو دیکھا. پھر فرماتے ہیں کہ جو اپنی روح کو زیادہ سمجھتا ہے وہ اپنے خدا کو زیادہ پہچانتا ہے. کتنا مزہ آئے گا جب ہم علم کے اندر اتنے مضبوط ہو جائیں گے انشاءاللہ ون ڈے. جی جی
تو جو مولا کا فرمان ہے تو اس حساب سے آپ نے بولا نور انٹلیکٹ ہے، لائک انٹلیکٹ میں ہوتا ہے. مولا نے فرمایا تو اپنے دل میں اپنے روح کو ہمارے نور کو دیکھو. تو دل کون سا، وہی قلب اور نور. اس فرمان کی پھر کیا میننگ ہوئی؟ تو اپنے دل میں اپنے روح کو ہمارے نور کو دیکھو.
کون سے دل میں؟ یہ پہلے سوال تھا نا فرزانہ.
جی جی یہی
یہ
تو
والا دل کہ جو ہمارا ہمیں خون سپلائی کرتا ہے، وہ والا دل؟ وہ تو ایک organ ہے خالی. کون سا دل کی بات کر رہے ہیں آپ؟
آپ نے کل
آپ نے
بولا نا
کہا نا
انٹلیکٹ میں.
یہ اگر ہم بولتے ہیں نا اپنے دل سے وچار کرو، آپ اپنے دل سے سوچتے کیوں نہیں ہو؟ تو اس دل سے تو ہم نہیں سوچتے ہیں. ہم کون سے دل سے سوچتے ہیں؟ تو آپ کے سوال کا جواب آپ کے پاس ہے، رائٹ. ہم کون سے قلب سے سوچتے ہیں؟ بیت الخیال کدھر سے کرتے ہیں؟ جی
سر یاری مدد
یا علی مدد.
میں ایک گنان کا بات بول سکتی ہوں؟
کوئی کوشچن ہے یا آپ خالی
نہیں
گنان پڑھنا
یہی
چاہتے ہیں؟
کیسٹ کا اس میں جواب ہے کہ رومے رومے مارو شراوس ہے انتر
جی
نیتی.
جی
ایک
جی
دوسرا
جی
گنان میں بھی ایک روم رائی، مطلب ہر دم کرو ابھیاس، اس کے اندر بھی ایسا الفاظ آتا ہے کہ اپنے
جی
ایک ایک رواٹے کے اندر،
جی
اپنی
جی
باڈی کے رواٹے رواٹے مولا باپا بس رہے.
جی. تو دیکھیں مائی سسٹر حمیدہ بہن،
ہاں
ایک کیا ہے کہ گنان کو پڑھ لینا ہے، اور ایک کیا ہے کہ گنان کو اپنے اندر زندہ کر دینا ہے، محسوس کرنا ہے، فیل
تو یہ
کرنا
محسوس
ہے.
ہوتا جائے نا اپنے پاٹ بولتے ہیں تو
ہاں
کہ واقعی اپنے
جی
رواٹے رواٹے مولا تو بیٹا ہے.
جی جی. تو جب کوئی سوال آتا ہے نا تو وہ اس لیے آتا ہے کہ ایک بات سن لینا اور ایک بات کو ایکسپیرئنس کرنا. فور ایگزامپل ہم دیکھیں کہ ہم ہمیشہ امام کی نور کی بات کرتے ہیں، دیدار کی بات کرتے ہیں، لیکن ہماری جو سوچ ہے زیادہ سے زیادہ کہاں تک جاتی ہے؟ فور ایگزامپل امام دربار میں آئے، ہمیں دیدار دیا، زیادہ میں زیادہ ہمارا یہ وچار ہوتا ہے کہ ایک دن ہم امام کے نور کے اندر فنا ہو جائیں گے. لیکن کس طرح فنا ہو جائیں گے، وہ کیا فیلنگ ہوگی، اس کے بارے میں ہم کو کون بتائیں گا؟ تو سوال یہ ہوتا ہے کہ ہم وچار کریں کہ بھئی ہماری روح میں، ہمارے رومے رومے میں، ہماری سانس سانس میں، ہمارے پارٹیکل کے اندر جب روح بس جائیں گی تو ہم کون سی پوزیشن میں ہوں گے؟ دوسرا سوال، اور یہ سوال بہت ہی شاندار ہے، میں آپ کو سوچنے کے لیے دے دیتا ہوں. آپ سوچیں کہ اگر کوئی کہتا ہے مجھے فنا فی امام ہونا ہے، تو میرا سوال ہے اس کے بعد کیا؟ اگر آپ کا جواب ہے اس کے بعد کچھ نہیں، تو میں کہوں گا مجھے فنا فی امام نہیں ہونا ہے. آپ نے دیکھا میں نے آپ کو بہت مشکل سوال پوچھا ہے. سنیں دوبارہ، کوئی کہتا ہے مجھے فنا فی امام ہونا ہے، میں کہوں گا پھر کیا؟ اگر وہ کہتا ہے کہ اس کے بعد کچھ نہیں، تو میں کہوں گا مجھے فنا فی امام نہیں ہونا ہے. یہ ہے پاور آف دی علم اینڈ پاور آف دی انڈرسٹینڈنگ آف دی علم. ایک گنان سن لینا الگ بات ہے، پیر क्या फरमा रहे हैं उसको समझ लेना बहुत ही अलग बात है, बहुत ही आगे और दूर की बात है। क्योंकि जब रोमे रोमे शाह वसे है, हाँ बोल देना तो आसान है, ठीक है चलो मैंने मान लिया, पीर ने बोला मैंने मान लिया, भाई एक्सपीरियंस करो उसको, एक्सपीरियंस करना है उसको। जी
यानी मदद
याली मदद।
इसके पहले आपने बोले कि अपने आप को पहचाना तो खुदा को पहचाना, तो अपने आप को पहचानने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए?
हाँ तो इबादत इज द की, इबादत जो है इज द की टू सेल्फ रिकग्नाइजेशन। थ्रू इसमें आजम we open the doors to the recognition of self and the soul. Through Isme Azam, we are able to see and pull our soul, and then we are able to recognize the Imam and the Noor-e Ilahi. Because the Noor and the Didar and the recognition is in our soul. तो पहले हमको इबादत करनी पड़ेगी, और इबादत के जो फिक्स रूल्स है, डिसिप्लिन है, उसको अपनाना पड़ता है। इबादत में कामयाबी के कुछ चाबियां हैं, डिसिप्लिन है, कानून है, रास्ते हैं। जब हम इबादत करते हैं और इसमें आजम को कंप्लीट करते हैं तो वो हमारी रूह के ऊपर से पर्दा हटाती है। जब रूह के ऊपर से वो बोझ हट जाता है तो हमें वो रूह नजर आने लगती है। जब वो रूह नजर आती है तब जाके आप खुदा को पहचान सकते हैं, और वहीं पर आपको इमाम का दीदार मिलने वाला है। पहला दीदार नहीं, आगे का दीदार। ओके, पहला दीदार जो है ना वो छोटा है, वो खाली स्पार्क की सूरत में है जो हमारे यहाँ पर नजर आता है हमको, just in the spark. That is not this nur, just a spark. Again, this subject, I will request everyone, don't waste your time. Listen to the hundreds of lectures, not 100s of lecture on ibadat, on Isme Azam, on understanding our tariqah. I promise you, if you listen to them, you will have total understanding of our tariqah, and it will not take too long for you to be successful in your ibadat. Imam will love you because you took his farman and followed his farman. And you know what Mawla Baba's farman is? Personal search, personal search, personal search. Ilm, ilm, ilm. Ilm wali ruh darja ba darja upar jati hai. Don't waste your time. Give 2-3 hours a day, 12.5% दसोन अपने वक्त की. Listen to those lectures, those sessions that talks about Isme Azam, Ibadat, Ilm, our Tariqa, Jamaat Khana, Imam. Ji, good question. Any other comments or question? All right, any last comment, last question, then we can stop here.
Yali Madad, sir.
Ji, Yali Madad.
This is Amina. I have just a comment. For my understanding, I believe that The Isme Azam that Maulana Azimam bestows upon us is the remote key to get to his Noor, and the foundation to get to all those things are our daily prayers and praying for Imanji Salamati every day and being steadfast also with your dasont. Because if we become complacent with any of those foundational things, then we will lose our way on Sirat al-Mustaqim to become one with Mola, inshallah. Thank you.
You forgot the most important part. Please add one thing. Be righteous. Just add one more thing to your comment, please. Because I have seen so many Ibadat Guzar people. I have seen so many good Mu'mineen giving the son coming to Jamaat Khana, but they are not righteous people. Without that, the righteousness is the foundation. Foundation. एक अच्छा इंसान पहले होना चाहिए इबादत करने से पहले, दुआ पढ़ने से पहले, दसों देने से पहले, जमात खाने आने से पहले उसको एक अच्छा इंसान होना चाहिए. So please add one thing to your comment and you have a good understanding. Ji.
I appreciate that, sir. But when I said, when we are doing the Dua Karavi, we are asking for forgiveness of our sins. And before we can do that, we have to recognize our shortcomings.
And I
So,
don't think you're understanding my, Amina, you're not listening. Listen. I'm not asking for forgiveness of sin. I'm not saying anything like that. First, be a good person. भी गुनाह तो सबके होते हैं, अच्छे आदमी के भी होते हैं, बुरे आदमी के भी होते हैं, right? Be a righteous person.
So this is where the prayer of Imam Mustansibila comes in.
Hold on. You're not
To
listening
be in
again.
front of me, back of me, left side,
listen.
right side, no?
Okay, looks like you're stuck to one side of the tariqah. I need you to open the door and come on the other side. What is being a good person? Okay, let's take some thought, right? Some question to ourselves. Be a good person is being good to others, not to yourself. Because everything you said, that shows a selfishness in us. Because me. I want to do ibadah for me. I want to do kriyasari for me. I want to give dasan for me. I want to do toba for me. Me. No, that's not a righteous person. Let me show you a righteous person. What can I do for you? How good am I to you? What am I doing for others? And I'm going to quote a Farman. It does not matter what you do for yourself. It only matters what you do for others. That's a righteous person.
Amin.
Righteous person. It does not matter what you do for you. I mean, come on, listen to this Farman. It does not matter what I do for myself. It only matters what you do for others. You see? That's the righteous person. Our talimat, may it be in Farman, may it be in Ginan, may it be in Quran, may it be in any of our dais and peace writing. If you search the word Momin or righteous, you will be amazed how many times they have emphasized and talked about being a good person, a righteous person. And you cannot be a righteous person. So like I said, I can show you not 1 but 100, not 100 but 1,000, not 1,000 but 100,000 who does ibadat, give full the sun, come to Jamaat Khana twice a day, say their dua. But as soon they leave Jamaat Khana, they are not good people. They are not righteous people. In no shape and form. You cannot even say that they are Mu'min. So only thing we can do for them, and this is what I do. Everyone can do their own thing. I do not criticize them. I pray for them. I pray for them. Ya Mullah, you know, apni maa कहती थी ना, तने सांचा है यहाँ पे Mullah. I laugh on that. तने Mullah सांचा है यहाँ पे. That's what my prayer is for them. कि Mullah give them good righteousness. Because without that righteousness, you know what I would like you to do, Amina? Listen to the Farman, Amal ka kirdar ibadat mein. There's a lecture, Amal ka kirdar ibadat mein. The need of being righteous in ibadat. Ji. So, should we stop here? Is there any other pressing question?
So the friend's asking, what's the word for spiritual happiness in the Ginan?
Same spiritual experience in Farman. I don't understand the question. If it's in Ginan, if it's in Farman, it has to be same, right? So I don't understand the question. So if there was a question, if it's in Ginan, then if it's in Farman, it's the same, right? So let's stop here. If there are any other comments, question, and Kamri Sahib, would you like to tell? We have this special session coming up today. If let me see if I can find that, and we like to let everyone know. Kamri Sahib.
Jesus, I will, friends, we have another session. Please, it's a 1:30 Dallas time, US Central Time, but please check your timing. This session is on Zoom, and I will share the detail in the WhatsApp shortly.
Thank you, Kamri Sahib. Thank you, everyone. Yali Madad, see you later. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad, sir.
Yali Madad, sir.
Yali Madad, Mullah Madad. Thank you.
Yali Madad,
Yali Madad, Shukar,
Yali
Shukar,
Madad.
Mullah.
Shukar Maula.
Thank you very
Yali
much.
Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad,
Yali
Yali
Madad, sir.
Madad, Mullah, to मेरी सेवा